Derby Live is reporting that Derby County are in talks with free agent centre-back Paudie O'Connor. Now, this article has been written by Brian Dick of Derbyshire Live, and he says that Derby County are in talks with defender Paudie O'Connor. Derbyshire Live understands. The 27-year-old spent the last 3 years at Lincoln City, and he's set to be out of contract at the end of this month. That means that he is available to consider his options and hold discussions with potential suitors, and he does not seem to be short of those. Now, over the course of the last few weeks, it has been reported that Wycombe Wanderers are in pole position to sign the centre-back, but they aren't the only club in the running, with Huddersfield, Barnsley and Derby County all looking to bolster their defensive options, and a range of other Championship clubs in there as well. Now, a few weeks ago, I discussed Paudie O'Connor on this channel, and I said that there's obviously some big discussions to be had there, because it was reported a few weeks ago that Derby County were interested in a move for the centre-back, but it's one of those where we're not entirely sure sort of how this one is going to go. But shall we have a bit of a deeper look into Paudie O'Connor? Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description, which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question, and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets. Now, those of you who haven't watched my original video from a few weeks ago, Paudie O'Connor is a 27-year-old centre-back standing at 1.91 metres tall. He's valued at €600,000 according to that of Transfer Market, and his contract is obviously set to expire this summer, as I've previously mentioned. Now, across the course of last season, I think he made 39 appearances in League One, but overall 45 appearances, 4 goals, 5 assists, 10 yellow cards and 2 reds with 3,862 minutes. He is obviously majorly a centre-half. 44 of his appearances came in that position, and he's played for a wide range of clubs across the course of the UK and Ireland, with playing for Leeds United, Blackpool, Limerick FC, Bradford, and obviously more recently Lincoln City. Now, if we take a look at his numbers sort of per club, he has spent the most time at Lincoln City, made the most appearances at Lincoln City with 141 appearances, 8 goals and 10 assists. He's played 129 times for Bradford with 8 goals and 3 assists. Played 51 times for Limerick FC with 4 goals and 2 assists. 17 times for Blackpool with 2 goals, and 4 appearances for that of Leeds United. Now, obviously, as many of you will know, I've spoken about it a few times on this channel, Derby County do sort of need centre-back options for the start of the season, with Sondre Langas and Curtis Nelson set to miss out at the start of the year with injury. We don't sort of know what the routine is with that of Jake Rooney, but at the moment, Derby County, if they had a friendly game tomorrow, the back four would have to be, let's say, Callum Elder, Matt Clark, Jake Rooney, and say Ryan Niambi, whoever's fit in that right back position. And that's something which obviously needs to be addressed by Derby County. And we know that Derby have been linked with a move for Dion Sanderson as well, a former John Eustace player at Birmingham City, I believe, and obviously was signed to Blackburn Rovers under John Eustace as well. And I think that when Derby County look at someone like Paudie O'Connor, it is sort of a good move for me. And I think it's a move which sort of opens that door to having more of a prime age sort of player within sort of the back four, and making sure that Derby County have that sort of experience and strength in that sort of area. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be a starter for Derby, but I do believe, like for me, I think the starters will be Clark and Langas once Langas is back fit. But I do believe that it's a conversation which needs to be had. And obviously he's got those leadership qualities with being captain at Lincoln City. I'm not entirely sure how long he's been captain there, but he has been across the course of this season. And I think it's sort of something that's really important to sort of keep across, is making sure that Derby County have leaders that can sort of build relationships within the squad and sort of moving forward. Because obviously, now, is Paudie O'Connor sort of the best centre-back Derby County can get? I don't necessarily believe so. But is he a centre-back that John Eustace seems to trust, and John Eustace seems to want to get into the club, based on recent reports that were in talks with him, I'd say yes, of course. Now, the question really has to be in that sort of conversation is, where does he fit in sort of the long term at Derby County? And I do believe that as a player, he fits as that sort of like backup role centre half, sort of behind Matt Clark and Sondre Langas when Langas is fit. Unsure sort of where Curtis Nelson is going to shake up in all of this, because obviously he was very good for Derby County up until he picked up that ACL injury, but I think he'll be 32 by the time he returns to play for Derby, which obviously makes that conversation a little bit more difficult in regards to where he's sort of going to fit in and how that's sort of going to work when he returns, with the additions of Langas, the additions of Clark, and obviously the potential addition of Paudie O'Connor. We also don't know where Jake Rooney is going to shake up in this, which is obviously massively important to find out across the course of the next few weeks, obviously. Now, obviously, Derby County will come back to pre-season at the start of July, with their first friendly being in the second week against Matlock Town. And I think it's really important that we have sort of players in the building in those sort of key positions, the spine of the team, as quickly as possible for me. Now, we obviously know that midfielders are a need. We know that centre-backs are a need in regards to the injuries. And depending on what happens with Kane Wilson, right-backs might be a need as well. So we also know that wingers are needed, and that's obviously something which sort of is going to have to be addressed by John Eustace and the recruitment team over the course of the next few weeks. But is Paudie O'Connor going to be the right man for Derby? I think he's obviously got quality. That's why he's played so many times for Lincoln. Obviously, Lincoln City battling for the playoffs in the last couple of seasons, ultimately not quite getting over the line. But that's obviously something which needs to be looked at and addressed for me, because it's shown he's got quality, and that is the important thing for me. Now, I don't know if he's ever played in the Championship. Yes, he's played 4 times in the Championship, but how long ago was that? That is the real question, because obviously football's an ever-changing game, in my opinion, and you sort of never know sort of how much it changes until you sort of get back there. Now, the last time he played in the Championship when it was 2017-18 season for Leeds United, which is obviously a little bit disappointing in terms of the calibre and quality that we're necessarily talking about Derby County needing. But just because he's played in League One, does that mean that he's not good enough for the Championship? I don't necessarily agree with that sort of notion. I think that you can be good enough for the Championship and be stuck in League One. You can be good enough for the Championship and stuck in League Two. Look at Ibu Adams. Like he was at Forest Green Rovers just a few years ago. Got a move to Cardiff, didn't get the opportunity. Went on loan to Derby and absolutely flew, and has been a very, very good Championship player. And I believe he's one of the best midfielders in the Championship? No, but is he the best at what he does? I certainly do believe so. Now, does that mean Paudie O'Connor can step up and make that move? No, it doesn't. But there is obviously the quality there, and it's all about making sure we can see that come through. And I do think that we will see that come this signing, if it does happen. Now, you can obviously let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you have not done so already, let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you in my next video. Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description, which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question, and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets.